Whew. I bet you didn't expect to see Tipkin wearing all this warmth, protection, clothing. But today, I just want to talk about how much of an idiot I was for not treating the Russian winter how I should, really. Typical British mentality, I think. I've got my snood on, I've got my Shapka on, my hat, my hood, my coat, gloves. I've got my thermal underwear. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I've got everything on today. And just when I thought the Russian winter is slowly coming to an end, well, not slowly coming to an end because it snows here pretty much until March, I suppose, but it just never stops snowing. Never. And the reason I'm an idiot is because I didn't treat the Russian winter as I should. And I think the reason why I'm an idiot is because there's a typical British mentality, I suppose. Like, when the Brits go on holiday, our typical annual holiday to Spain, we get burnt to a crisp, we never apply sun cream, we disrespect the weather. I don't know why, but it just seems like it's in our innate character to just disregard the weather. Maybe that's because we have such terrible weather in the UK. I don't know, we just enjoy something that's consistent, whether that be consistently snowing or consistent, sun out, at the beach. But in Russia, obviously in my case, it's just snow and cold weather. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But one thing I've learned is do not underestimate the severity of the Russian winter. And I feel like I've been told a lesson. I think I've been lucky not to be unwell, basically. And I feel like the message is, now that I've bought my new boots, which has cost me quite a lot of money, I've now got blisters. Two on my left foot and one on my right. And I think that's my lesson. Take the Russian winter seriously. And I say this because the Russians in the comment section, not just in YouTube, but TikTok and Instagram, you've all been saying to me, where is your hat? Where is your thermal underwear? Where is your gloves? And so on. And you were right. And as I walk around this neighbourhood, I can't help but think to myself how different this will look in summer. All the trees, because everything's grey. And a lot of people say to me, Russia's depressing. It's always snowing, it's always cold, but I feel like with how beautiful Russia is in the summertime, perhaps it's worth going through this harsh winter and everlasting snow for 4, 5, 6 months just to appreciate how beautiful the country is in summer, because I do believe it is really beautiful in the summertime. Look at this massive commie block in front of me. And the thing is, this harsh weather, the snow, the cold, it just suits perfectly in my opinion. It's the style, it's the aesthetic that I love about Russia. I know you can get this feeling in Belarus, which that's a country I want to visit one day as well, and other pre-Soviet countries, but there's something weird about this, which I just absolutely love. Just looks so beautiful, but so brutal at the same time. Not really sure how to explain it. Hopefully some Russians can understand how I feel in the comment section below, or maybe some Westerners, because there's something awesome about that. I don't know why. And here in the summer, can you imagine? This is all going to be green fields. That actually looks like a pond or a lake. Let's go have a look. I've only experienced the sun practically for 2 months, 2.5 months in Russia from when I arrived this last year. And from what I saw, it's a beautiful country when the sun's out, and it's worth putting up with the winter season. I'm still trying to understand whether or not these are part. I don't know the differences between all the different style of commie blocks, as they're called. I guess I can't speak English. The derogatory term, because there's 3 styles, isn't there? There's 3 styles of commie blocks. I don't know the difference. How do you understand the difference between them all? Because if you look, they definitely have different characteristics. For example, this block here, and then if you look to my right, you have a blue block building in the distance. This behind me is reminding me of a park that I have in England where I used to live, called Prospect Park, although this is 10 times bigger, and probably will look much prettier than Prospect Park. I'll put a picture on the screen, but I can just imagine how nice this will be in the summertime. You'll have families around here, I'm sure, on these benches, socialising, bringing their children out. I don't know, but just to guess, I don't know. I've never been here before. In this video, I'm exploring my new suburb, I guess. Right now, I haven't done much walking around. It's just been moving in, opening boxes, putting things in their place, administration. So this is a mini adventure for me as well. And currently I have no idea where I am. So Russians, tell me in the comment section below, have I finally got the correct clothing for your Russian winter? A snood, hoodie, coat, shapka, thermal underwear, boots. I think I've done a good job. Tell me in the comments section below. It took me long enough. In my last video, people told me, why are you buying food from the metro station? It's not good, it's not good quality. Well, I have a question. What about food just outside the metro station? Here's my metro station, and here is like a group of restaurants and bites. Look, Burger King. Is this food okay? I also want to look inside because there's some cool restaurants inside, I believe. But are these okay to eat? Let me know, because I do want to go in there and try some food. I've never tried Uzbekistan food before, or anything like that. But first of all, we're going to head inside and find some weird little food shops, basically. Let me know if this food is okay to eat. So let me know, are those places okay to eat at and good quality? Because if I can speak, I'm gonna have to pull down my snood. It's snowing a lot here, but I want to find some really like authentic places to eat food. I'm not really interested, you know, in high-end food or anything like that. Just a real experience of food. I don't know how to explain it. I'll kind of put a picture on screen. I doubt if you'll be able to find them in Moscow. Perhaps more in the like Russian provinces, perhaps it's more common, but I'm looking for that real authentic cuisine an atmosphere. You know, that's what I'm looking for food. And it seems like you get that in those shops I showed earlier, where you have the Uzbekistan restaurants. It seems like you get that experience there, but obviously it's not Russian food. I want the Russian experience as well. So if anyone knows of any spots, please tell me. And the same with sports bars. I want to find a good sports bar here in Russia where I can watch football, but saying I don't know if they have the rights to the football matches, but do you understand what I mean? Maybe they'll show some Russian Premier League matches, I don't know. But hey, look, that's my experience. That's my first proper experience with the Russian winter. I finally understood it towards the end. As you can tell, I look like a thief. But I just want to say thank you very much to the people that gave me a super thanks, a donation on my last video. I really appreciate it. That's going straight towards the channel to improve the channel. So I'll put you on screen here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And with that, I'll see you in the next one, because I need to sort out my blisters because they're getting much worse. Lesson learned.